welcome to our continued study of Vishnu Sahastranam. Sorry for a long interval. So now we have almost completed the Vishnu Sahastranam. This is last but one sloka, 106. So we'll do that, and next time the last one, 107. And then we will start with the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, because that will be very interesting. So we have completed a couple of scriptures, and that will be that is really a masterpiece of understanding. No, so these words 106 reads Atma Yuni Swayam Jato, Atma Yuni Swayam Jato Vekhana Samagayana, Atma Yuni Swayam Jato Vekhana सामगायन देवकी नंदन सृष्टा देवकी नंदन सृष्टा क्षितिश पापनाशनम. So there are 8 names here, and three of them are talking about the Param Tattva, or highest truth. So we will go in the meaning quite deep into this. So Atma Yuni, the first name, God's name Atma Yuni, is this word is made up of 2 words, Atma and Yuni. Atma means self, Yuni means source. Atma Yuni. And the second name is Swayam Jato. So these two are very closely connected. Swayam Jato. Atma Yuni means he is the source. Atma Yuni. Swayam Jato means self-born. Swayam means self. Jato means born. Swayam Jato. So why God's name is Atma Yuni and Swayam Jato? And there is a reason for that, because that is ultimate truth. These 2 words point to the essence, the tattva. Tattva means essence, very important component of any being or any substance is called tattva, essence. And param tattva means the highest, means without that the thing stops existing. We have gone through this before, related to some other slokas in the past. Means every substance, every being has essential nature and non-essential features. And the most essential feature is the one without which the thing stops existing. Like example we gave, so that is the example of a sugar or salt. The essential nature of salt is being salty. Whether the salt is brownish looking, whitish looking, powder salt or lump salt, they are non-essential features. It can be in any form, but still it is salt. But the essential feature of salt is the being a salty taste. If there is no salty taste, we can't call it a salt. So that is called the essential nature of a substance. So if there is no salty taste, that white powder, we cannot call it salt. It could be cocaine. It could be anything. It can be as a wheat flour. But what it makes salt is being salty. That is so in human being, for us, the most essential or param tattva is our soul or spirit, without which we stop existing. I can lose my limbs and still I will be Atul Chokshi. I can be a bilateral amputee and still Atul Chokshi. I can get a stroke and still be Atul Chokshi. But if the soul departs, then you are gone. So that is the Param Tattva. And God is the Param Tattva in all existence. in living and non-living. In all the species, so living, non-living, uh, any material, any substance, God is the Param Tattva. Without that, it does not exist. So for anything to be formed, we need three things. No, there are three reasons or three causes, and they are material cause, means upadan karan, material cause, material of which it is made. Then instrumental cause means by the instruments needed to make it. And efficient cause means the one who created it. So these three are essential features of anything. So just to take an example, this in this example, this is a pot. Pot is made up of mud. So mud is a material cause or upadan karan. Mud on its own cannot make this structure, cup or a saucer or anything. So mud is the material cause. But somebody made it. The mud cannot just take this form. So somebody made it, and the potter makes this pottery. So potter here is an efficient cause. He is the one who did it. And even if there is a potter is there, if there is a mud there, but there are not required equipments like like the stick and like the wheel on which the potter makes these pots, it cannot come into existence. So that is called instrumental cause. So there are three causes in the creation of anything. So, so why God is called Atma Yoni and Swayam Jata? Because in the case of creation, he is all three. He is a material cause, he is an efficient cause, and he is instrumental cause. God does not need any other source or any other knowledge or any other help for the creation. So that is why God is called Swayam Jata or Swayam Bhu. Means it came into existence on its own. It does not need any other cause. Everything else needs a cause, but this universe of creation is a causeless cause. Means it started with the God. And sometimes intellectually, our intellect will struggle to believe that. But it is the truth that for anything to exist, there has to be creator. There cannot be a creation without the creator. A little car passes by and comes. So what car is this? This is Tesla. Where it comes from? They're from West Coast. Who made it? The Tesla company and Elon Musk. That was the brain. So there is always a cause. And to think that the whole universe and all these beings and all these things came up on its own is illogical and is not right. So the answer is the real truth. The answer is the God is the creator, and means he is Atma Yoni, means that is the source. It's like a gold mine. So that is the Yoni means. Yoni really means uterus or uterine. The word uterine, which is Latin word, came from this yoni. So that is the source. And only uterus cannot create. So the creator is somebody else. Our parents are responsible for the material cause. Means a baby is formed because of procreative secretions that makes the body. But that remains only body. And from body, the human being is formed because of injection of soul, and that is God. So the baby our physical body is material, but that material gets a life element because of the spirit or Atman, and that is the function of God. So that's what. How do we know? Because it's very clearly stated in the scriptures, and we all have common sense to understand. So God says that in Bhagavad Gita. Mama yoni mahad brahma tasmin garbham dadamiham sambhava sarvabhutanam tato bhavati bharat. Mama yoni mahad brahma. Brahman is the whole creative universe from which the creation comes. Mama yoni mahad brahma. God says that in Bhagavad Gita. Tasmin garbham dadamiham. There I put the seed. Sambhava sarva bhutanam. All beings are created because of that. Sambhava sarva. Tato bhavati bharat. Then he says, sarva yoni sukonteya. Murtaya sambhavantiya. Tesham brahma mahad yoni aham bija pradpita. How much clearer it can be? Sarva yonisu means all. You see a dog, a rabbit, a fox, anything, human beings, any being, living and non-living. So sarva yonisu kunteya, he tells to Arjuna, murtaya sambhavanti ya. Means they take the form. Murtaya means the form. Form is created. Sambhava sarva bhutanam. So all beings are produced. Tato bhavati bharata. Because of Prakriti and Purusha, all these beings and whole creation happens. That's why God's name is Atma Yoni Swayam Jato, created on its own. So that is it's like explained further by giving the example. Scripture gives the example of spider. The spider decides to make a cobweb. He decides where to make, when to make. He doesn't need anybody's help. And the cobweb is made from the saliva of spider and the know-how of spider. So the spider is the efficient cause, is the material cause, both. And instrumental cause, because he doesn't need any instrument, he just makes it. Similarly, God from Prakriti means Panch Mahabhuta and the spirit makes it. So that is the origin of all beings and all things. So Atmayoni Swayam Jato. So and these knowledge makes the clarity for all of us, because this is something to be understood with the help of God, with the help of higher power. We cannot only grasp by intellect. Intellect will give resistance. You will be at square one. I don't know. And who knows? These two things you must have heard many times. I don't know. Nobody knows. Who knows? It's not so. Probably you don't know, but the truth is known. So that's what God explains in the 10th chapter. So up to the 9th chapter, God gives the knowledge to Arjuna. And in the 10th chapter starts with that sloka. So bhuya eva means again I will tell you. Bhuya eva mahabaho srunu me paramam vacha. Why? Yate ham priyamanaya vaksyami hitakamya. Arjuna, I told you up to the 9th chapter, I told you there's more than 300 slokas. And then he says, Bhuya eva, means again I'm telling Arjuna, because you are so dear to me, I'm going to give you the highest knowledge. Bhuya eva mahabhaho srunu me paramam vacha yateham priyamanaya vaksyami hitakaya. And then he says, Name vidu sura surgana prabhavam na maharshaya aham adihi devanam maharshinam cha sarvasa. Nobody knows me, not even devas, not even rishimani's, because I am before them. I don't know my grandfather. I've heard his name, but I don't know. So God is not known to even devas and rishis and munis because he always existed. He is the cause. So he says that is the truth. And the one who knows this truth, that is called Vibhuti Yoga. Vibhuti means the glories of God, the extraordinary power. Extraordinary power. By which he can create, he can wind up, he can make thousands of species and millions of colors and all existence. Whose power is that? That is his power. No? So that is called Vibhuti Yoga. Means he describes all his glories. And the one who understands this truth, they can understand me. So that is the truth. He says that whoever knows me in truth understands me, and he will know my creation. Yoma evam sammudo janati purushottama sarvavit bhajati mam sarvabhavena bharat. Means the one who is asammuda, means sammuda means confused. Asammuda means one who is not confused. One has the clarity and one has the highest knowledge. He will see the truth. So that is the meaning of these two beautiful names. And how this creation comes in existence is again explained very nicely by giving the example of a dream world. We all go to sleep. In sleep, our own mind creates various characters, various things, and whole thing appears absolutely real. Even sensually, you feel the same thing like you feel during the life. All experiences, you get very sad in that, you can lose a job and you can start crying in your dream, and then you wake up and say, no, I'm retired, I don't have a job. No. But that dreamland is created by who? By mind. Mind creates its own characters, own experiences, and you live through that experiences. That is our dream world. And that will continue to exist till somebody wakes you up. If nobody wakes you up, then you are crying and in tears. But somebody wakes you up. It's that was funny. No, I still have a house and I'm okay. So that creation of a dream land is the function of our mind, and our mind is the gift or creation of God. So similarly, God's desire to create this universe, He created this universe. It is as phony as our dreamland. That's why it is called mithya. So Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. That is our Shankaracharya's highest teaching. Brahman is a God or ultimate creator, is the truth. Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. Whatever we see and go through experiences, that is mirage. Mithya means temporary truth. It is truth, but it is temporary truth. So that way it is between Sat and Asat, which is temporary truth. That's why it's called Mithya, new term, Mithya. So it is the God's creation and Maya that what creates these experiences and this universe. That's why we get happy, we get sad, we cry, we celebrate the birth, we mourn the death, and all these experiences we go through. And we go through waxing and waning in our emotions and our as all the experience, but they're all transient and they all disappear. So to that extent, it is like a dream. So and that truth will only come like a dreamer stops his dreaming only when somebody wakes up. Similarly, we will stop experiencing these pains and happiness and pleasure, insults, all those things, when a guru will wake you up and give you this knowledge. So, with this knowledge of the creation and this ultimate truth, one realizes this ultimate truth. And once you get, that is called Tattva Gnan. Tattva means essence, knowledge of ultimate reality. Once you get it, you are beyond the effects of the good experiences, bad experiences, and it will not cause you any problem. And the one who has achieved that state is called Jivan Mukta. Because to him, this is only as good as a dream or as good as a movie, and it is not real. So that he just becomes a Sakshi and he knows the creator, he knows the creation, he knows the experiences, and he is devoid of all these pains and miseries. And that is the only way God says that you can get out of these miseries. And unless you get this ultimate knowledge, the birth and death cycle will continue. Because with every birth and every existence, we create more karmas, good karmas, good results, bad results, and those results they create an imprint on our soul, and that we have to suffer or enjoy. So that is Swayam Jatho. Next name is Vekhana. Vekhana. The word Vekhana comes from that is the in the Varaha avatar in one of the avatars, one of the incarnations of God as a boar. He dug up the earth and helped his devotee Prahlada, according to the scriptures. And Prahlada, as we all know in the scriptures, that he was a great devotee of God. And when somebody is a great devotee of God, Ananya Bhakta, God goes to any extent, any time, and saves and helps his devotees. So the Hiranyakashipu was a demon. He tried to hide in the deepest layer of earth, which is called Patal, or 7 layers of earth, like 7 layers above earth and 7 layers beyond. And in Vara Avatara, God digs up that and catches hold of that Hiranyakashipu and destroys him. So that is where the name Vaikhana comes from. Vaikhan the name comes from Vaikhan Muni. There was a Muni called, the sage named Vaikhan, and he was considered as an incarnation of the Lord. So that Vaikhana. So it's- and that avatara Vaikhana And God acts in such a way to help his devotee, that is called Vekhana. Means he helps out his devotees and goes to any extent. But which devotees? Who are tremendously ananya bhakta. And he can do anything, so that is seemingly impossible. Like a poison of Mirabai, he converted into a sweet drink. And these are real stories. These are not fake stories. These are only 400 years old stories. Or he acted and intervened and helped Narsi Mehta, which is 300-400 years old only. So countless devotees he has helped and he can help, but that is only for Ananya Bhakta. So that's where the name Vaikhana comes from. And another meaning of Vaikhana means he helps us to find out the truth about our soul. So the God, once you surrender and you are devoted, then he helps to to control our mind, understand our intellect, destroy our ego, and takes us all the way to our soul. Because we are part of God as a, as an as an as a spark of God, which is a soul. That's what we said. That is soul and material body. So that soul, we do not understand, we do not know, we do not experience it, but it resides within us, and that becomes knowable to us with Ananya Bhakti or Saranagati or devotion to God. And God helps to cut those layers of, of delusion and takes us to the, the ultimate spark, which is called Atman. At the moment, we don't feel it, we doubt it, we cannot understand it because our intellect, our ego, and our mind are contaminated tremendously. So that's why they are more towards the world, they are contaminated, so we can't see the light of the soul. When the mind is purified by bhakti, when mind is purified with the intellect and devotion to God, then those layers and those confusions become clear one by one, and the light of Atman shines up. It's like this. Our Atman is covered. Covered with what? With man or desires. Man is nothing else but desires. When we go for a Patanjali Yoga Sutra, we will go in very great depth. So the series of disturbances that mind gets through because of sensual input, they are called vrittis. And those vrittis contaminate our mind, which is like a screen. So my glasses are dirty, and I can't see it. So the mind is the first one. So the mind, unless we control, we understand, and we work on it, that mind only will keep us busy. That's it. Then intellect helps us to understand these, but our intellect also gets contaminated because we are careless. So we pamper our mind, and our intellect, which is supposed to be our driver, also gets contaminated, corrupted. So corrupted intellect. So the corrupted intellect comes like this. So corrupted intellect, we have to get rid of corrupted intellect. Then comes the ego, that I am, I am something, I am intelligent, I am a PhD, I am a millionaire. All those, that is called ego. And there are two types of ego. One is a One is a gross ego. So that is ego of mind, of money, power, position. They are gross ego. Many people and can by effort get rid of that, so that can be taken care. But the thin ego, which is that I am something and I'm very knowledgeable, and that very thin ego of having the knowledge, even the spiritual knowledge, is the last one to go. So that is the thin ego. When you get all these out, you get to the Atman, which is all bliss and peace. So this is all series of exercises, and God who helps? God helps to dig up that truth, and that's why his name is Vaikhana. Vaikhana. And then what happens? That the individual consciousness, which is buried in the body, merges with the cosmic consciousness or divine, and that is called mukti or moksha or liberation. Means nothing will touch you. It's all by understanding, but it's an exercise, and for that you need a help of God. So God doesn't come and help. So who helps? Guru comes and helps you. So who is Guru? The Guru is the one who has studied the scriptures, who has understood, and who is established in this truth, and he has no doubt about it. So that's why Guru is defined as Kshotriyam Brahma Nishtha. Kshotriya means well heard. He has studied the scriptures and he is well heard. So Kshotriyam Brahma Nishtha means established in Brahman. For this truth he has no doubt. He has no questions. Next name is Samgayana. So God's name is Samgayana. How come that name? So there are, as we all know, there are 4 Vedas. That is, and Sam Veda is one of the Vedas which is very musical, and it's called Veda of music, So so that is, God tells in Bhagavad Gita, Pita Amasya Jagato Mata Dhata Pitama Vedyam Pavitra Omkara Ruk Sam Yajur Evacha. He tells Arjuna, Pita Ahamasya Jagato. Of these universe, I am the father. Pita Ahamasya Jagato. Not only father, Mata Dhata Pitama, mother also, and the support, Mata Dhata Pitama. Vedyam Pavitra Omkara. My name is Om, Omkara. And Ruk, Sam, and Yajur, these 3 Vedas, Rig Ved, Sam Ved, and Yajur Ved, Atharva Ved came later on. I have created that. They are my creation. And through that Vedas, I am to be known. So many slokas in Vedas, my God. There are those books you can't carry it in your one hand. So it's so extensive, thousands of slokas. So that tells about the whole creation and about the creator. So God says that, and of these 4 Vedas, God says, I am Samveda. Vedanam Samvedo Asmi. Again, Vibhuti Yoga. He says that of all Vedas, I am the Samveda. And chanting of that Veda, and one who does that is called Samgayana, the singers of those Sam Vedas. And God Himself is the singer of that Veda. And our music, Indian music system, comes from Sam Veda. It doesn't come from Bollywood. So it comes from Samveda. So it's Are Gama Padani. So those 7 surs, they come from our Vedas. Next name is Devaki Nandana. Devaki Nandana. Nandana means child. Nandana means joy. So Devaki, of Mother Devaki, he was the joy. So Devaki was a daughter of a king Devaka. And she was a very ardent devotee of Lord Krishna in her previous births. So God, as a favor, came as a child to Devaki ji. And as you know the story, that this God was separated from Devaki ji, or his original mother, immediately after birth. And she could only see him and rejoice from distance. So he was the source of joy for Devaki ji. That's why he's called Devaki Nandana. That's why we say Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. So he's a Jagat Guru. He's the teacher of the whole. Devaki Paramanandam, very highest bliss for Devaki ji. That is Lord Krishna. That's why his name is Devaki Nandana. Next name is Srusta. Srusta means creator. Srusti means creation. Srusta means creator. Like we saw in depth that the whole this creation never say that I don't know. It is stated black and white. We have to invest the time. So Srusta means creator, creator, maintainer, sustainer, monitor. Everything is God. So that's why he's called Ajar, Amar, Avyaya. Ajara, as it means one which does not get old. Ajara, Amara, ever existing. Ajara, Amara, Avyaya means non-depleting. Means this cycle goes on and on. We are born and we will disappear in the 2025 now. Maybe by 2050 we all will be gone, and hopefully some of us might be here, and the new generation comes. But this cycle of birth, death, and existence continues ceaselessly. So that's why it's called Bijam Avyayam. It is a seed which does not get exhausted, means it keeps creating. Other seeds, they germinate one time and then they are no good. But the God as a seed of creation is Avyaya. So that is Srusta. Then next name is Kshitisha. Kshitisha. It is made up of two words. Kshiti means Mother Earth. Isha means God. God of Mother Earth. That is the Lord. Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam. Padasparsam Samaksvame. That's what we do the prayer early in the morning. That, oh Mother Earth, unfortunately I have to step on you and walk, but so please forgive me. So that is the Mother Earth and the Creator. So Prithvi and Kshitisha means Isha of Prithvi, the Lord of Mother Earth. We are children of Mother Earth. He is the Lord of Mother Earth. So this truth is stated everywhere in all scriptures. So that's why in Christianity there is a Father, Son, and Ghost. So Father is God, Son is a prophet, Ghost is Maya. So this it is a different ways of explaining, and but the truth is the same. Next name is Pap Nasana. Papa means demerit or evil activities. Nasanam, the one who destroys that. So God destroys all our unworthy doings or bad doings, and when you use your free will to go towards Him, then He destroys all the wrongdoings or evil or sanchit karma, what we call as of many births, when we are devoted to God. And how? By Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasan. Shravana, Kirtana, Manana, Nididhyasan. These four steps, when one goes on that path using the free will, then God becomes the Papanasana, means that He is the destroyer of all our bad tendencies and the bad evil wrongdoing of many births, and and you are, if you are Ananya Bhakta, then you are released of that. Like we said, that you become a Gnani, you become a realized soul, you become beyond the effect of these as effect of the events of this life. So nothing will touch you. You will be free, you will be blissful, peaceful, useful, joyful, and life will be fruitful. That is called krut krutya. You will feel that everything right way it is done. That's why our scripture says in Manusmriti that I gave you body. Manu was the first sage, or father's father, our first father. I mean, the original, uh, from whom we come. We come from Manu Maharaj. That's why we are called Manava. So Manu Maharaj. So he states in Manusmriti that I gave you a body, now become a Manava. Manur Bhava means become a human being. What is human being? Means body I gave you, intellect I gave you, now put a dharma on top of it, and then you become Manav. Without dharma, you are just a body like any other animal. But with the dharma, you become Manava. Then it says, first become Manava, Manurubhava. Then it says, Janaya Divyam. Give, now you have become man with dharma. Now Janaya means now give a birth. Janaya means to give birth. Give birth to Divyam, to divine being. With dharma you became human being. Now you become from human being to divine being. So that is called Janaya Divyam. That's why we give Janoi. Means when the child, even a boy or a girl, when they attain the puberty, there's in our Sanatan Dharma, they say, okay, you are human being, now you are reaching the puberty, you are good body, good mind, good intellect, now become a divine being. That's why Janoi, Janaya Divyam, now you become a divine being.
When you talk about Papanashana, and I think it reminds me of that sloka that Sarva Dharma Parijatya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja.
Yes,
Aham tva sarva papebhyo moksha ishyami masi.
yes,
So that time he said clearly that I'll take care of all your bad deeds. But
yes,
you have to surrender 100%.
yes.
So one thing which I learned today about Janoi, which I never knew, that Janoi is a second birth. It's
Yes.
called, when the Brahmins, when
Mm.
they get to that puberty and they get Janoi, but I never knew that this is how it came. It's a very interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
Because
you for
same thing in Vaishnava Sampradaya, it
right.
is called Brahma Sabandha.
Yeah.
So Vallabhacharya ji introduced
Yes,
that,
Kanti Pehrawe.
yes, that I put this kanthi around your, to you means that that will remind you of divinity always. That Brahma Sabandha means now you have a relation with Brahman or God.
You know,
No, it is extremely useful and logical, intellectual, spiritual, all combinations. So, Manjriji, any question?
Um, no questions really, but I think an observation that we all struggle with is that it's I mean, it's not like it's easy to understand, but when you apply yourself and listen and study and meditate on these, it's it's in a way easy to understand. But applying and living these within your day-to-day life when things are coming at you at a very fast speed from many different directions is can be difficult. Um, yeah, so we have to keep on applying ourselves, keep on being aware, and keep on coming back to these principles and teachings. Yeah,
That is called sadhana. That is called sadhana. Sadhana
yeah,
means this is not a one-time deal. This is a constant 24/7.
yeah,
And not that I'm doing sadhana for 2 years and I will see the magic, This has to be ongoing, and then it becomes your own life, and then it becomes your second nature, no?
yeah,
And it is doable, and it is it is palpable, it is enjoyable. And now I'm retired, so I can feel for sure, and I can tell, before it was like you said, so many things come to us, all the demands of the life. But then the demands of the life and these experiences, they become futile and useless to you. That's what Sant Kabir says. Unchi Koti, I told you this, Oha. Unchi Koti Sundar Nari. God
Mm.
gave you everything.
Mm.
That you have beautiful houses, you have beautiful family. Unchi Koti Sundar Nari. Satnam Bina Hari Baji. Without
Wow.
God, you have already lost.
Right.
Kahat Kabir Ant Ki Bari. Kabir says at the end, हाथ झाड़ कर चला जुआरे. You will go like a gambler and bhikhari with empty hand. So it is all futile. Once you know that, what do you care if you get 100,000 or lose 50,000 here and there? Because that becomes uh, non-traumatic to you. It's just the events. It has no meaning at all.
yeah,
So that is very true. So many people die in front of us. Now I'm getting old, so I see a lot of deaths and everything, and and we and what do you go with? Nothing for sure. And but our intellect does not let us grasp that. That's why up to the last moment we plan and we protect and we make trust and deeds and all those things, but nothing remains. No, not even for kings and queens, nothing remains. So what are we? So those experiences, or whatever we go through, or whatever we acquire, diplomas, position, power, they are all totally futile. Now we have retired fans. Today I met very big doctors, very very successful, multi-millionaire, but it's very prestigious. But now there is nothing left, So they are all essentially waiting for dying, So so it is like in a waiting list now. Some people wait when they go to go to Florida and they wait, or some people die here, and then suddenly they get surprised that, oh my God, my brother-in-law was doing well and suddenly died. Didn't you know that it can happen? So why do you get shocked? So the one who knows it doesn't get shocked
mm,
for loved one's death or for their own death. They don't get, and that is called Jivan Mukta.
I think I like that one which you said here in reference to wake up stage, a dream stage, where and the deep sleep. Those three stages. Under deep dream stage, you did say that you experience through the mind all that experiences which are not really true. But for that, you need to have a self realization or tattva gnan or knowledge, and that you can get it from your real guru, who has seen the truth or who has understood the truth. And once you come out of that dream, that is awakening. It is not just coming out of sleep and you are saying, but that is real awakening or enlightened soul. And
Yes.
then that's where you become Jivan Mukta or enlightened soul, I guess. That's what in that relation I assume.
Yeah, yeah. So in dream, experiences are absolutely real.
Yeah.
You marry in dream, you die in dream, you come across the fire of all experiences, good, bad, everything, and they're absolutely real. Sometimes I get a dream that I'm giving an interview and I'm about to lose a job and I'm very sad and crying. And then I wake up and say, oh, okay, no, 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 I'm retired. I have nothing to do with it, okay? But for that, somebody has to wake you up. Unless somebody wakes you up from your dream, the dreamer is sufferer.
Hmm.
Similarly, the human being is a sufferer unless a guru wakes him up and he's ready to be woken up.
Very nice.
Yes, it's fantastic. That's and these are all great masters told. No, this is not an ordinary thing. This is not a first time that we may be learning first time, but these things are proven paths. No, we are not going to be the first yogi or muni or anything. There are millions who realize this truth. No? And millions who went without realizing anything and lived at a sensual level and died like animals. Millions. So both things are real, no?
So only way to get out of cycle of birth and death is live intellectually and understand this.
Yes. Otherwise, be ready to be born again. No, intrauterine birth. No, it is so painful. No, if you imagine that's not a picnic. Whole life is not a picnic. No. But it is the Maya which confuses you by throwing little drops of honey in your way.
Hmm.
And then you say, ah, no, no. I had a nice time and I had a big wedding and I had a big success party and I'm a happy guy and I'm okay.
So
And
we
then,
get drawn into a transient pleasure which we are getting and keep on doing still that we are covered with the Maya, and we say we remain in that shell. We don't come out of it.
we are addicted to it. It is addicted like a drug addict. We are addicted to the worldly thing. And even if we don't get it, we strive to get it.
Yes. That's
It's like a drug addict that tries to get a drug, and
mm,
then he takes a drug and he feels happy, and then he continues again and again.
yeah.
Only difference is that drugs is considered bad and is not respected in the society, while these money and power and positions they are respected and sought for. That's the only difference. But they both have the same power. No? It's
Very interesting. Anyone has any other question? I guess Atul Bhai made an announcement that once we finish
yes,
the Vishnu Sahastranam, we're going to start with Patanjali Yoga Sutra, which
yes.
is very nice. I know very little about it. And when it comes from his words, he will interlace it so nicely. So I'm looking forward for that. So I think we have one more class for Vishnu Sahastra, right, Atul Bhai?
Yes. Yes, last sloka.
And are we starting right away? That
Yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah. It continues.
Om Purnamidam Purnamadam Purnatse Purnamadasya
That's
Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you everyone for joining.